You ever wonder how the world's changing? Have you ever wondered what it's going to be like for your children, your children's children? What it might be like for humans in 10,000 years? Or will the human race even exist in a million years? Those are what they call the big questions. And there's a lot of them. There's some closer to home. Like, you know, is there any way we can remove fear, want, and ignorance? Or what is right and wrong? What's good and evil? If you ask these questions, you're doing it at the prompting of your moral instincts. You might ask, how can we make the world a better place? Well, those weren't really the questions I was asking, actually. I was more interested in emergent diseases, like the tuberculosis, which seems very hard to beat now, and antibiotic-resistant staph, or we're finding out it's diseases we didn't expect that are coming back. And so that's what I want to understand. And to do that, I had to study human ecology and genetics, was really where that answer lies. And I had to study a lot more than that. I mean, I started this when I was about 15. I studied religion, philosophy, literature, archetypes, what humans think they are, or what they think they could be, or what their aspirations are. I even had to get a feel for what humans' instincts were telling them and what their emotions were telling them. And so I studied all this, and I learned quite a lot about humans, actually. What I learned was that the problem is the world's changing. We don't have a stable ecology we live in. We need a new stable niche, or a new stable ecology to survive in. That's our only chance. It has to be one that we're comfortable in, that we want to live in. And so I solved this problem, how to get there and what it'll look like. And it's a very positive view. And so I wrote it down in a book called Transition. It's very detailed, and I've made these videos to try and communicate it too. It's a different way, but it works really well. Now, the cool thing was, I mean, I think that's pretty neat, and I would hope you'd think that would be a good thing to create, but I'll tell you, when I got all done with it, I had learned a lot more. I found stuff that was actually shocking. I've answered a lot of the questions that many people ask. I've answered questions that you wouldn't normally ask, but I also found some questions that you would probably never think were worth asking, and I found some interesting answers to them. So if you think you'd find that interesting, I hope you might look at the book or look at these movies. I think you will find a lot of answers that you'd like to know, and I think you'd find this interesting. Thank you very much.